He absolutely, he was very much the embodiment of what he believed to be the coming of the people to power, and so it became in many ways the people's house in a way that it had not been under the presidents who had lived there, the other five. Remember, presidents before Andrew Jackson had either been members of the Virginia gentry or members of the Adams family of Massachusetts. And so Jackson was the first of his kind. He was a self-made man from the West, as it was then, who came to Washington. He was convinced that the most important thing he could do is to change the Republican contract, as we thought of it, lowercase r, of the founders, to a more democratic one, lowercase d. And so he was there in many ways in reaction to the election of 1824 when he came to the White House on the 4th of March, 1829. He was there to give it to the people in both very literal and figurative ways. As we've seen and as we all know, if anyone knows anything about Andrew Jackson, they know that the mob came to the White House and were a little too exuberant. I think one of the things you have to look at when you think about the Inauguration Day in 1829 is it is a two-part day. There was a very solemn spectacle up on Capitol Hill when John Marshall administered the oath. Jackson kissed the Bible and delivered his first inaugural. Several observers, Francis Scott Key, Margaret Bayard Smith, people who had very little reason to be pro-Jackson in any way, and in fact were rather hostile to him, were impressed by the sublimity of the spectacle of this Democratic leader coming to power. And so there was a very solemn, again, almost sublime scene up on Capitol Hill. Jackson mounts a white horse, appropriately, in his own mind, rides down Capitol Hill, down Pennsylvania Avenue to the White House, and then the party begins. He's hustled out to Gadsby's Hotel, the National Hotel, to escape the crowd. But the White House to him was very much the symbol of presidential power. And for him, presidential power meant that he was, as he put it, the direct representative of the American people.